raw materials or scraps, recycling industries, and make them smaller in size. Compared with other shredders, the cutter shaft has low speed, low noise, and low energy consumption. The shredder is a machine used for fine shredding. It is generally used to process unprocessed raw materials or leftovers to make them smaller in size. A typical example is to shred plastic or rubber scraps and use them as raw materials to melt and granulate them to remake plastic bottles, tires, or trash cans. The shredder is used in the plastic recycling industry and is often used for the shredding of waste large-diameter PE plastic pipes, bundled plastic films, large piles of plastic sheets, and machine head. Gear machining is an extremely complex process, and efficient production is only possible through the use of the right technology, and every part of the production process must reach extremely precise dimensions. The processing cycle of gears includes ordinary turning, gear hobbing, gear shaping, shaving, hard turning, gear grinding, honing, drilling, bore grinding, welding, and measurement. Configure suitable for this process. The clamping system is particularly important, and then we will introduce the gear clamping system in each process. Forging is a processing method that uses a forging machine to apply pressure to a metal blank to plastically deform it to obtain a forging with certain mechanical properties, certain shape and size, and is one of the two major components of forging and stamping. Through forging, defects such as cast looseness produced by the metal during the smelting process can be eliminated, and the microstructure can be optimized. At the same time, due to the preservation of the complete metal streamline, the mechanical properties of forging are generally better than those of castings of the same material. For important parts with high load and severe working conditions in related machinery, in addition to rolling plates, profiles, or welded parts with simple shapes, forgings are mostly used. The bending machine is a machine that can bend thin plates. Its structure mainly includes a bracket, a work table, and a clamping plate. The work table is placed on the bracket. The work table is composed of a base and a pressure plate. The base is composed of a seat shell, a coil, and a cover plate. The coil is placed in the recess of the seat shell, and the top of the recess is covered with a cover plate. When in use, the coil is energized by the wire, and after the electricity is energized, the pressure plate is gravitationalized so as to realize the clamping of the thin plate between the pressure plate and the base. Due to the use of electromagnetic force clamping, the pressing plate can be made into various workpiece requirements, and the workpiece with side walls can be processed, and the operation is also very simple. First, pass the steel through a lubricating box filled with lubricating ointment. The outlet of the lube box has a die tool that will restrict the steel to the same thickness. Then roll the steel together and wait for the chain to be made. First, cut out 2 gaps in the steel to facilitate subsequent interception. Then there is the magical processing. Without further ado, let us take a look at how the machine turns the steel wire into a chain. CNC lathe is one of the most widely used CNC machine tools at present. It is mainly used for cutting inner and outer cylindrical surfaces of shaft parts or disc parts, inner and outer conical surfaces of arbitrary taper angles, complex rotating inner and outer surfaces, and cylindrical and conical threads, and can perform grooving, drilling, reaming and boring, etc. When the existing automatic cutting CNC lathe is actually used, the rapid rotation and cutting of the pipe by the cutting knife will exert a large shock force on the pipe. In this case, the pipeline will be greatly vibrated, and then the cutting surface of the pipeline will be inclined to different degrees, which is not conducive to the accurate installation of the subsequent pipeline. An automatic cutting CNC lathe comprises a lathe main body. A surface of the lathe main body is provided with a processing through hole. A horizontal shaft is fixedly connected to the upper end of the processing through hole, and a fixed rod is connected through the middle of the horizontal shaft, and the top of the fixing rod is fixedly connected with the main body of the lathe. The bottom of the fixing rod is fixedly connected with a position guard cylinder. The lower end of the position guard cylinder is movably connected with a cutting knife, and the left and right sides inside the processing through hole are fixedly connected. Both are provided with connecting pipes, and one end of the connecting pipes on the left and right sides both penetrates the main body of the lathe, and the cutting knife is located at the upper end between the connecting pipes on the left and right sides, and the front and rear ends of the connecting pipes on the left and right sides. Both are fixedly connected with a blocking rod, and the lower ends of the connecting pipes on the left and right sides are provided with turning handles. Each of the turning handles is fixedly connected with a connecting rod on the side of the connecting pipe, and each connecting rod is screwed through and connected to the connecting pipe. The side of each connecting rod away from the turning handle is provided with a second rubber plate. The inner top of each connecting pipe is fixedly connected with a first rubber plate, and each the left and right sides of the middle part of the lower end of the second rubber plate are fixedly connected with support rods, and each of the connecting rods is located between the left and right sides of the support rods, and the left and right sides of the support rods are biased to one side surface of the connecting rod. There are notches, and balls are arranged inside each of the notches, and each of the balls is connected with a connecting rod, and the top of each of the connecting rods is fitted with the second rubber plate.